My dear friend, let me start with something interesting. Imagine you are watching a magician on stage. He pulls a coin from behind someone's ear, makes a card disappear, or turns a handkerchief into a dove. The audience gasps, thinking, "Wow, that's magic." But you and I know the truth. It is not real magic. It is a trick. The magician practiced the trick, learned the steps, and rehearsed until it looked effortless. Success in life is the same. From the outside, it looks like luck. People see the results, the money, the fame, the confidence. They think, that person is so lucky. But the truth is, it's not luck. It's rigged. Rigged means the system is set up in a certain way. Those who know the rules can win. Those who don't know the rules think it is luck. In this lesson, you will discover that success is not a lottery ticket. It is not something random. It is built, shaped, and rigged by those who prepare for it. By the end of this video, you will not only understand how success really works, you will also know how to start rigging your own life for success. Chapter 1. The Myth of Luck. Many people sit and wait for luck. They wake up in the morning and say to themselves, "One day my life will change. One day I will meet the right person. One day I will get a big chance." They imagine that their success depends on a lucky moment that will suddenly appear, as if the universe will magically hand them everything they want. They wait for the perfect job to knock on their door. They wait for the perfect partner to come into their life. They wait for the perfect opportunity to arrive without warning. But my friend, let me tell you the truth. Waiting is the slowest way to live. Waiting will keep you stuck forever, because luck is not something you can sit around and hope for. When you believe that success comes from luck, you give away your power. You hand over control of your life to chance. You tell yourself, "I cannot do anything unless something special happens to me first." You begin to think you need something outside of yourself to succeed. A miracle, a rich friend, or a lucky break. But real success stories prove the opposite. Real success is built from effort, from persistence, and from preparation. Let us look at history. Thomas Edison, the man who gave the world the light bulb, failed thousands of times before finally succeeding. Imagine that. Thousands of failures. People around him may have thought, "He's wasting his time. He has no luck." But Edison was not waiting for luck. He was building success with every experiment, every failure, and every attempt. His success was not a roll of the dice. It was the reward of persistence. Think also about Oprah Winfrey. Today, she is one of the most successful women in the world. But at the beginning of her career, she was fired from her first television job. People told her she was not good enough for TV. If success were about luck, she would have given up right there. But she didn't. She believed in herself. She worked harder. She kept improving. And because of her preparation and her mindset, she rose higher than anyone expected. That was not luck. That was belief, persistence, and hard work. Here's the truth. Luck may open a door once in a while, but if you are not prepared, you will not be able to walk through that door. Imagine this. Someone gives you a chance to sing on a big stage in front of thousands of people. The opportunity is real. The lights are on you. The microphone is in your hand. But if you never practiced, if you never trained your voice, will you succeed? You will freeze, you will fail, and that door will close as quickly as it opened. On the other hand, if you had been practicing in private for years, if you had been training your voice day after day, then the moment that opportunity came, you would be ready. People watching might say, "Wow, that singer is so lucky." But you and I would know the truth. It was not luck. It was preparation meeting opportunity. The problem with believing in luck is that it makes you passive. It tells you that your future is out of your hands. It convinces you that only special people get success, while the rest of us just hope. But success does not come to the chosen few. It comes to the prepared few. When you prepare, when you put in the hours of practice, when you discipline yourself, you are no longer waiting. You are creating. You are designing the future instead of wishing for it. Think of success like planting a garden. If you plant seeds, water them daily, and protect them from weeds, the plants will grow. That is guaranteed. Is it luck when the flowers finally bloom? Number. It is the natural result of consistent care. In the same way, if you plant good habits, feed your mind with learning, and protect yourself from negative influences, your success will also grow. People might call it luck, but it is simply the harvest of your effort. Let me tell you something even more powerful. When you stop waiting for luck and start building your life, you begin to attract opportunities. It's almost as if life rewards those who prepare. When you are ready, doors open. When you are skilled, people notice. When you are disciplined, challenges that defeat others become stepping stones for you. And every time this happens, outsiders call it luck. But inside, you know it is not luck at all. It is cause and effect. So remember, my dear friend, the truth is simple. Success is created, not received. It is not a gift, it is not magic, and it is not an accident. Every successful person you admire today once stood where you are right now, unsure, uncertain, and hoping for a chance. But instead of waiting for luck, they worked for it. They built their skills, they trained their minds, and they created opportunities. You can do the same. Stop waiting. Stop hoping for a lucky break. Decide today that you will take control of your future. Because once you understand that success is not luck, you stop waiting for a miracle and start becoming your own miracle. And that is the beginning of true power. Chapter 2. The Rigged System of Habits. Let me show you how the game of life is truly rigged. Most people think the winners in life are lucky, born with gifts, or blessed by chance. But that is not the truth. The real rigging happens in the daily habits that a person builds. Habits are like invisible programs running inside you. Once you set them, they control your actions without you even thinking. A successful person doesn't sit around waiting to feel inspired every morning. They don't depend on motivation, because motivation comes and goes. Instead, they depend on habits. Habits are what carry you forward on days when your energy is low, when your mind is tired, or when you feel like giving up. Think about it carefully. Waking up early, reading every day, exercising, saving money, practicing your craft. These are not random acts. These are repeated behaviors that, once established, no longer need constant thought. They are not based on luck. They are built systems. And when those systems are strong, success becomes almost automatic. Take a simple example: brushing your teeth. Do you wake up every morning debating with yourself, "Should I brush my teeth today?" Of course not. You don't even think. You just do it. That is the power of habit. Now imagine if success habits became just as natural. Imagine if you automatically read for 20 minutes every day without struggle. Imagine if writing down your goals in the morning was as routine as brushing your teeth. Imagine if exercising, drinking water, or working on your dream became so automatic that you couldn't ignore it even if you wanted to. That is how powerful habits are. They take away the need for willpower. This is the secret. The person who builds strong habits rigs the game in their favor. Life may still be difficult. Challenges may still appear. But with habits, you always have momentum. Habits work in silence. They are invisible to the outside world. You may wake up early at 5 a.m. to read, but nobody sees it. You may practice your skills every evening after work, but nobody claps for you. It looks boring, repetitive, and invisible. But over time, these small habits build into a mountain of results. And one day, when success finally appears, people say, "Wow, you are so lucky." They never saw the years of habits behind the result. Unsuccessful people often think successful people have some secret advantage. They believe winners got lucky breaks, special opportunities, or magical help. But they don't see the daily system that was rigged for success. They don't see the discipline, the hours of practice, the small sacrifices repeated day after day. They only see the trophy, the business, the body, the confidence, the final product. But the truth is, every great result is simply the outcome of small, boring, consistent habits. Think of it like a slot machine in a casino. People pull the handle again and again, hoping for luck. Most lose. But imagine if you could rig the machine so that every time you pull the handle, you win. That's what habits do. They rig life in your favor. They may not give you instant rewards, but they make it almost impossible for you to lose in the long term. Let me give you an example. A person who saves even a small amount of money every month without fail rigs their financial future. While others spend carelessly, waiting for luck to make them rich, this person's habit slowly grows into wealth. Another example. A person who writes one page every day will eventually have a book. Most people wait for inspiration, saying, "One day, I will write." But the person who builds a habit rigs their success. Habits also protect you from failure. Imagine two people learning a language. One studies 2 hours one day, then nothing for a week, then 4 hours another day, then nothing again. The other person studies for just 20 minutes every day without fail. Who do you think will succeed? Not the one who depends on bursts of motivation. It is the one with the habit. Because habits build consistency, and consistency beats intensity every time. That's why I say, success is not luck, it's rigged. And the rigging happens in your daily routines. If you design your habits carefully, success becomes the natural outcome. You don't need to hope for it. You've programmed it into your life. Now here's the key. Habits work both ways. Good habits rig your life for success. Bad habits rig your life for failure. A person who eats junk food every day is not unlucky when they get sick later. It was their habits. A student who never studies is not unlucky when they fail an exam. It was their habits. On the other hand, the student who studies a little every day is not lucky when they get good grades. It was their habits. The truth is that we are all being rigged by our habits, whether we realize it or not. The question is, are your habits rigging your life toward success or toward failure? So, my dear friend, don't wait for luck. Don't depend on motivation. Motivation will fail you. Energy will fail you. Even desire will sometimes fail you. But habits will carry you when nothing else does. Choose them wisely. Build them carefully. Repeat them daily. And soon, you will see that your life is no longer random. It is rigged in your favor. Chapter 3. The Power of Preparation. Success always looks like it came suddenly. To the outside world, it looks like magic. One day, a musician is unknown, playing in small bars, and the next day they are on the radio, selling out stadiums. One day, a small business is struggling with a handful of customers, and the next year it explodes into millions of dollars. One day, an athlete is just another player in the field, and suddenly, they are holding the championship trophy. The crowd claps, the media celebrates, and people say the same words every time. Wow, they are so lucky. But if you look deeper, you see the truth. Behind every sudden success is not magic and not luck. It is years of invisible preparation. Let me give you a powerful story. Imagine a farmer planting a bamboo seed in the ground. He waters it every day, takes care of the soil, and waits for something to happen. After the first year, nothing appears above the ground. The second year passes. Still nothing. The third year comes and goes. Still no sign of growth. By the fourth year, people around him may laugh and say, "Why are you wasting your time? That seed is useless." But the farmer keeps watering. He keeps preparing. Then, in the fifth year, something incredible happens. The bamboo shoots up, growing more than 80 feet in just a few weeks. People who see it are shocked. They think it happened overnight. But did it really grow in weeks? It grew underground for years. It was building strong roots, hidden from the world, preparing for the right moment. Success works exactly the same way. When you prepare in silence, when you study, when you practice, when you discipline yourself, you are growing roots. Nobody sees your effort. Nobody claps for your discipline. People may laugh at you, they may doubt you, and they may even call you foolish. But you keep preparing. You keep building a foundation. And then, one day, your growth will explode. Suddenly, you will rise higher and faster than anyone expected. Outsiders will call it luck, but you will know the truth. It was preparation. You rigged the game by being ready. Preparation is the hidden force behind every champion. Take athletes, for example. When you see a runner winning an Olympic gold medal, you see a few seconds of speed. But what you don't see are the years of preparation. Waking up early to train, running in the rain, controlling their diet, sacrificing comfort, and practicing every single day. The medal was not won in that one race. It was won in the years of silent preparation before the race. Or think about a student who gets the top score on an exam. People may say, "Wow, you are so smart. You are so lucky." But the truth is, while others were playing, that student was studying. While others wasted time, that student prepared. The result on exam day was not luck. It was the fruit of preparation. The same is true in business. A company that suddenly takes off usually spent years in the shadows. The founders tested ideas, failed many times, and learned from mistakes. They built knowledge, connections, and systems. When their product finally exploded, people thought it was instant success. But behind the curtain, it was years of preparation finally paying off. Preparation also builds confidence. Imagine walking into an interview without preparation. You feel nervous, unsure, and shaky. But if you prepared, if you researched the company, practiced your answers, and trained your body language, you walk in calm, focused, and strong. Preparation turns fear into confidence. It turns doubt into certainty. Here is another truth. Preparation is how you respect your own future. If you prepare today, you are telling yourself, "I believe in my tomorrow." If you avoid preparation, you are saying, I don't expect much from myself. That is why preparation is not just about skills, it is about self-respect. But preparation is not always exciting. Most of the time, it feels boring. Practicing the same move again and again, reading page after page, saving a little money each month, writing daily without applause, it does not feel glamorous. That is why so many people quit before they see results. They want instant success, and when it doesn't come, they stop preparing. But the wise person knows, preparation is never wasted. Even if results are delayed, preparation is always building your roots. So, my dear friend, never underestimate the power of preparation. Do not be discouraged if your hard work is invisible right now. Do not give up just because nobody is noticing. Remember the bamboo tree. Remember that every effort, every habit, every hour of discipline is feeding your roots. And one day, when the time is right, your growth will shock the world. People will call it luck. But you will know, it was the result of years of preparation. The lesson is clear. If you want success, prepare for it. Prepare in silence. Prepare with discipline. Prepare even when nobody believes in you. Because preparation is how you rig the future. Success may look sudden to others, but to you, it will always be the natural outcome of years of hidden work. Chapter 4. Rigging your mindset. Let me tell you something most people never think about. The biggest rigging in life does not happen outside. It happens inside the mind. You can have money, skills, or even connections, but if your mind is not prepared, none of it will matter. A weak mindset is like trying to climb a mountain with broken shoes. You will slip, you will fall, and you will give up halfway. But a strong mindset is like having strong boots and a clear map. The climb may still be hard, but you will reach the top. Now let us be clear about one thing. Your mindset is not fixed. Many people think they are just born negative, lazy, or unlucky. That is not true. Your mindset is like software in a computer. If the software is weak or corrupted, the computer cannot run smoothly. But if the software is updated and powerful, the computer can handle big tasks. The same applies to your life. If your mindset is weak, no matter how much effort you put in, you will keep sabotaging yourself. But if your mindset is strong, your effort multiplies, and success becomes much easier. Think of two people starting the same journey. One believes that life is unfair and success is random. He says, "Why should I try? Nothing works for me." The other believes that success follows rules, just like gravity or mathematics. He says, "If I learn the rules, and if I apply them daily, I will get results." Who do you think will succeed? The second one, of course. The difference is not luck. The difference is mindset. The first person has already lost before starting. The second has already tilted the game in his favor. This is what I mean when I say, rigging your life begins with rigging your mindset. If you learn to control the way you think, you have already won half the battle. For example, let us take the thought, I am responsible for my success. This one belief alone changes everything. When you believe you are responsible, you stop blaming others. You stop saying, my boss doesn't support me, or my family doesn't believe in me. Instead, you say, I will create opportunities. I will build my path. Responsibility puts the steering wheel of life back in your hands. Another powerful mindset is this: I can learn. So many people stop growing because they believe they cannot improve. They say, I am just bad at math. I am just not confident. I am just unlucky. But these are lies. You can learn almost anything if you give yourself time. If you repeat to yourself daily, I can learn, I can improve, I can grow, you begin to act differently. You open books, you practice new skills, you take risks, and slowly, you change your entire life. Let me give you an example. Imagine two students learning English. The first says, "This language is too hard. I will never sound fluent." So he practices less, avoids speaking, and never improves. The second says, "I can learn. It will take time, but I will improve." So he studies daily, speaks even when he makes mistakes, and little by little, he gets better. Who will succeed? The second student, because his mindset was rigged in his favor. Rigging your mindset also means removing weak thoughts. Thoughts like, "I'm not good enough. I will never make it. Life is unfair." These thoughts are like weeds in a garden. If you do not pull them out, they will spread and kill your flowers. But here is the trick. You cannot simply stop negative thoughts by force. The best way to beat them is to plant stronger, positive thoughts. If you keep repeating, "My effort creates my future. I can improve every day. I am capable." These thoughts grow stronger than the weeds. Slowly, the garden of your mind becomes a place of growth and possibility. One technique is daily affirmations. Say to yourself, out loud if possible, powerful phrases like, "I am responsible for my success. I can learn anything I need. My effort builds my future. I am growing stronger every day." At first, your mind may resist. It may whisper, "This is silly. This is not true." But keep repeating. Over time, repetition turns into belief, and belief turns into reality. Remember, you already repeat things to yourself every day. The problem is, most people repeat negative things. "I am tired. I am unlucky. I can't do this." If you can repeat negative thoughts, why not replace them with positive ones? Another way to rig your mindset is to surround yourself with strong examples. The people you spend time with shape your thinking. If you spend time with complainers, you will complain. If you spend time with achievers, you will start to think bigger. Your environment feeds your mindset like food feeds the body. So, choose carefully. Listen to motivational talks. Read inspiring books. Watch people who have achieved what you want. Little by little, your mind will absorb their strength. In the end, mindset is the hidden rigging that determines everything else. If you believe success is random, you will never try. If you believe success has laws, you will study and apply them. And once you do, life becomes rigged in your favor. Remember this: success starts in the mind. Every achievement you see in the world first lived in someone's head. They saw it, believed it, repeated it, and worked for it. That is how success is built, not by luck, but by a rigged mindset. So ask yourself, what software is running in your mind today? Is it full of excuses and fear? Or is it full of responsibility, growth, and belief? Because whatever you feed your mind, that is the direction your life will go. Rig your mindset, and you rig your future. Chapter 5. Rules of Rigged Success. Success often feels like a lottery. People see the rich, the famous, and the powerful, and assume it is all luck. They are just lucky, many say. But this is a dangerous way to think, because it gives away your power. It convinces you that you are at the mercy of chance, that the world decides who wins and who loses. The truth is different. Luck may appear in small moments, but long-term success is almost never about chance. It is built, it is structured, it is rigged. The people you admire are not sitting and waiting for life to hand them gifts. They have created systems, habits, and rules that guarantee their victory over time. If you want success, you must learn these rules. They are not magic. They are not hidden codes. They are simple, practical ways of living that tilt the game in your favor. Just like a casino rigs the odds so the house always wins, you can rig your life so that success is inevitable. Let us break it down into 5 powerful rules that will reshape how you approach every day of your life. Rule 1. Rig your morning. How you start your morning often determines the quality of your entire day. Most people wake up late, check their phones, scroll through social media, and allow other people's lives and opinions to fill their minds with noise. By the time they realize it, hours have passed, and they feel exhausted, overwhelmed, or unmotivated. Winners, however, do something different. They rig their mornings. They wake up early, intentionally, and take control of the first hour of their day. Some meditate, some read, some exercise, and some write down goals. These are not random acts. They are rituals repeated daily until they become automatic. A strong morning sets the tone for a strong day. If you begin with discipline, focus, and energy, the rest of your day naturally follows that pattern. If you begin with distraction and chaos, your day will struggle before it even starts. Rule 2. Rig your environment. Your environment is far stronger than your willpower. You can have the best intentions, but if your surroundings constantly pull you toward distraction or comfort, you will fail. Successful people don't rely solely on self-control. They engineer their environment for success. If you want to eat healthy, stock healthy foods. If you want to read more, keep books where you see them every day. If you want to exercise, make your workout tools impossible to ignore. Environment is not only physical, it is social too. Surround yourself with people who inspire, motivate, and challenge you. Remove negative influences that drain your energy. By controlling your environment, you make success the default rather than the exception. Rule 3. Rig your time. Time is the most equal resource on Earth. Everyone gets 24 hours. But it is how you use it that separates the successful from the rest. Most people waste time scrolling on social media, binge-watching shows, or participating in meaningless activities. They feel busy but achieve little. Successful people treat time like gold. They plan, block hours for deep work, and cut distractions. Time blocking is a powerful tool. Assigning specific hours to important tasks ensures your focus is uninterrupted. Say no to activities that don't add value. Every hour spent mindlessly is a lost opportunity to progress. Rig your time so every day moves you closer to your goals. Rule 4. Rig your emotions. Life will challenge you. Failures, setbacks, and rejections are inevitable. If you let emotions control your actions, you will lose. Many people have talent but cannot manage their emotional state. Successful people rig their emotions. They remain calm under pressure, treat setbacks as feedback, and maintain persistence even in difficulty. Self-awareness is key. Notice when frustration or fear rises, then pause, breathe, and respond with strategy rather than reaction. Practices like journaling, meditation, or gratitude reinforce emotional control. Rigged emotions allow you to keep moving forward, even when the world seems against you. Rule 5. Rig your persistence. Persistence is the bridge between dreams and reality. Most people quit too early. They start excited but abandon their efforts when results are slow. Rigging your persistence means committing to the long game. Every failure is a lesson, every rejection a redirection. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. Michael Jordan missed thousands of shots before becoming the greatest basketball player. Connect your goals to a bigger purpose, celebrate small wins, and remember why you started. Rig your persistence so quitting is not an option. Rest if needed, but never stop. These 5 rules, rigging your morning, environment, time, emotions, and persistence, are the foundation of rigged success. They are not glamorous, but they are powerful. They do not promise instant results, yet they guarantee long-term victory. Apply them consistently, and the game of life will tilt in your favor. Success will no longer feel like luck. It will feel like the natural outcome of your preparation, your discipline, and your choices. Chapter 6. Stories that prove it's rigged. Stories are powerful because they show the truth in action. They teach more than theories or advice, because they let you see what is possible when someone refuses to rely on luck. When you hear about people who were rejected, beaten down, or told no over and over but still rose to greatness, you begin to understand that success is not random. It is not a roll of the dice. Success is about how you play the game and how you rig it in your favor. Let us look at some inspiring stories that prove this truth. Michael Jordan, often called the greatest basketball player in history, did not start as a star. In high school, he faced humiliation when he was cut from the varsity basketball team. Imagine being told, "You are not good enough," at an age when most dreams feel fragile. Many people would have quit at that moment, convinced it wasn't meant to be. But Jordan saw it differently. He decided to rig the game in his favor by outworking everyone else. He spent hours practicing, not only during official practice but also before and after, late into the night and early in the morning. He trained his skills and his mindset simultaneously. By the time he reached the NBA, he was unstoppable, yet he still failed thousands of times, missing game-winning shots and losing hundreds of games. Jordan's story shows that preparation, persistence, and discipline, not luck, made him great. J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series, faced a different battlefield, life itself. Living in poverty as a single mother, she wrote her first novel in coffee shops while struggling to survive. When she submitted her manuscript to publishers, she faced repeated rejection. 12 times, in fact. Most people would have quit after a few no's, but Rowling persisted. She believed in her story and her abilities. Finally, one small publisher accepted her work, launching a phenomenon that would inspire millions. Her success was not chance. It was built on relentless persistence and refusal to surrender. Rowling rigged the system by continuing when no one else believed she could succeed. Elon Musk, the modern innovator behind Tesla and SpaceX, also proves the point. Musk worked tirelessly, often sleeping on office floors, sacrificing comfort for progress. When his first 3 SpaceX rockets failed, many would have quit. Musk risked everything and pushed for one more launch, and that 4th rocket succeeded, saving his company and changing history. He studied, worked 80 to 100 hours per week, and refused to let failure define him. Musk rigged his life by outworking and outlasting everyone around him. These stories share a common lesson. Luck is not the key factor. Michael Jordan, J.K. Rowling, and Elon Musk all prepared, persisted, and believed. They did not wait for miracles. They created their own conditions for success. And you can do the same. Wake up early, build daily habits, control your environment, focus your time, master your emotions, persist longer than others. When you do this, the game of life tilts in your favor. Success is not luck. It is rigged for those who refuse to quit, who act with discipline, and who believe in their own power. Chapter 7. How you can rig your own life. Now it is your turn. Up until now, we have looked at how the game of life works, why mindset matters, and how successful people tilt the odds in their favor. But here is the most important part. You can do it too. The idea of rigging your own life may sound complicated, but in truth, it is about building simple systems that push you forward every single day. You don't need to wait for a miracle, for someone else's approval, or for the perfect timing. You can begin now in small steps, and over time, those steps will create massive change. The first step is to choose 3 habits that will move you closer to success. Do not try to change everything at once. That will only lead to frustration. Pick 3 simple actions you can repeat daily. For example, maybe you decide to read for 20 minutes every day to improve your knowledge. Maybe you commit to exercising for 15 minutes to keep your energy strong. Or maybe you promise yourself that you will write down your goals each morning so your mind stays focused. These small habits might look too simple at first, but they are like seeds. If you plant them and water them consistently, they will grow into powerful trees that support your future. The second step is to design your environment so those habits become easy to follow. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. For example, if you want to read every day, keep a book next to your bed or on your desk. If you want to exercise, place your shoes where you can see them as soon as you wake up. If you want to eat healthier, fill your kitchen with good food and remove the junk. Rigging your environment means making the good habits obvious and the bad habits invisible. When your surroundings support your goals, you no longer need to fight yourself. You naturally flow in the right direction. The third step is to remove distractions that steal your time and energy. Most people lose hours every day to meaningless scrolling, gossip, or activities that give pleasure but no progress. If you want to rig your life, you must protect your time like treasure. Delete apps that consume you, limit the time you spend with negative people, and learn to say no without guilt. Remember, every time you say yes to a distraction, you are saying no to your future. Success is not only about what you do, but also about what you refuse to do. The fourth step is to repeat positive thoughts until they become your beliefs. Your mind is like soil. Whatever you plant inside it will grow. If you constantly think, "I can't do this," you will act with fear and hesitation. But if you train yourself to think, "I am responsible for my success. I can learn. I can improve. My effort creates my future," those words will shape your actions. At first, it might feel strange to repeat affirmations, but with time they will sink deep into your subconscious. You will start to believe them, and once you believe, you will act differently. This is how people rig their own psychology in a positive way. Finally, the fifth step is to stick to the process even when results are invisible. This is where most people fail. They start strong, but when they don't see quick results, they quit. You must understand that success grows like a tree. It begins underground where no one can see it. Your daily actions are like roots. They are invisible at first, but they are building strength. If you stay consistent, One day the tree will break through the surface and people will see the results. They may call you lucky, but deep down you will know the truth. You created your own luck by sticking to the process when no one was watching. Day by day, as you practice these steps, you will notice changes. You will feel more in control of your time, your energy, and your emotions. Your confidence will grow because you are living with discipline. You will see small wins that motivate you to keep going. And over time, those small wins will stack into big victories. People around you may wonder how you are progressing so fast. They may even say, "You are lucky." But you will smile quietly because you know the secret. You rigged your life. You designed your habits, shaped your environment, removed distractions, trained your mind, and stayed faithful to the process. That is not luck. That is strategy. That is power. And that is how you take control of your own destiny. Final words for you. My dear friend, let me leave you with this. Success is not luck. It is not chance. It is not a roll of the dice. Many people wait their whole lives for a miracle to happen, thinking that fortune will magically land in their lap. But the truth is far more powerful. Success is rigged, and the best part is, it can be rigged in your favor. It is rigged for the person who prepares, who builds daily habits, who protects their mindset, and who refuses to give up, no matter how many obstacles appear. Here is where you must act. Do not wait for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect inspiration. Become your own miracle. Take control of your life by designing your mornings with purpose, controlling your time with discipline, and surrounding yourself with the right people who lift you higher. Fill your mind with positive thoughts, repeat empowering affirmations, and let each action you take be a deliberate step toward your dreams. On your journey, tools like consistency, patience, and persistence will become your most loyal allies. On English Achieve, we talk a lot about this, about how small daily actions, repeated consistently, slowly tilt the game of life in your favor. If you follow these principles every single day, success will stop being a dream. It will stop being something you hope for and will instead become your reality. People around you may look at your life and say, "You are so lucky." But you will smile quietly to yourself because you know the truth. You were never lucky. You were prepared. You worked in silence. You built your habits, and you rigged the game of life in your favor. Remember, the power to win has always been in your hands.